All right, so now welcome to the Capstone section. This is by far the most exciting part of this entire bootcamp. We're going to code out this decentralized cryptocurrency exchange that you see right in front of you from scratch. We're going to set everything up on our computer step by step. We're going to learn all the programming languages and the technologies as you go. And in this video, I'm going to give you a preview of what we're going to build together, but I'm also going to introduce you to some fundamental concepts on how this decentralized cryptocurrency exchange works. So make sure you don't skip over this video. You make sure you watch it all the way through, because we're going to cover some really essential concepts that you need to understand when you're coding the project out that aren't coding related. Just like, how do these candlestick charts work on the cryptocurrency exchange? How does the order book work? How do the orders work? We'll reinforce those things as we start coding them, but you definitely want to understand them before we start building it. All right, so let's start with the basics. What is a decentralized exchange? Or you might have also seen this called a DEX, so lowercase d, capital EX, okay? So a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange is a place where you go trade cryptocurrencies, but it's different from most cryptocurrency exchanges, like mainstream exchanges that you might see advertised on the internet if you've used one before, like Coinbase or Binance, for example, because those essentially run on web servers. All right, they have a back-end database where you deposit your funds into the cryptocurrency exchange and they have full control over it, and that could change at any time, okay? But a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange is different. It runs on the blockchain. It is powered by smart contracts. And so in this Capstone project, we're going to code out the smart contracts for the cryptocurrency exchange, and also code out a front-end website that talks to those smart contracts so that users can trade cryptocurrencies in a decentralized way. So it's, a smart contract. The benefit of that is it's non-custodial, it's trustless. So what do those things mean? Well, because it's a contract, the code can't change. And we can see on the blockchain how it's going to work. So when people go trade tokens on the exchange, then they know it's going to work the same way every time. There's no intermediary. There's no custodian of the funds. Non-custodial means that you control your own funds. The smart contract is fully autonomous on the blockchain. We know it can never go down and no one's going to interfere with it. Why are we coding a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange in the Capstone project? Well, it really is the ultimate real-world project to create, because it is a real-world cryptocurrency exchange. You could take real-world cryptocurrencies that are ERC20 tokens and add them as trading pairs on this exchange and start trading it once you create it, okay? So it's also a decentralized finance application, or DeFi. This is one of the most popular use cases for blockchain that's got quite a bit of adoption right now, okay? So this is not really speculative on future use cases. It's a real-world project that could theoretically gain adoption today, all right? And so it's also a real world project because all the really fundamental skills around blockchain come together. You're going to learn how cryptocurrencies work. You're going to learn how smart contracts work. You're going to learn how all the coding skills work together. It's a very holistic learning experience. And for that reason, it gives you a great, starting point to code any decentralized application once you have this knowledge. Okay, so if you wanted to code a different Dapp, you've got all of the skills that you need to go on to that next step and ultimately create a portfolio project if you want to get a job, or, code your own application. All right. It's going to give you a really, really solid foundation for whatever your goal is. And also, as your portfolio piece, it's going to show that you have a really strong understanding of not only the programming skills because you're able to create it, but also just the entire blockchain ecosystem and how it works. That it's not some just random application that doesn't make sense on blockchain. This is a real world blockchain application that people can actually use. All right, so let's get a demonstration of how this project works. And again, we're going to code out all this from scratch, step by step, start to finish. You're going to learn a lot of stuff along the way. Okay, so I'm really excited to jump into this. But let's just see how it works. Okay, so I'm just going to refresh the page. You're going to see whenever you load the exchange, you'll get this message to connect your wallet, with MetaMask. All right, this is real world decentralized application, user experience. You're going to get an introduction to that. We have this wallet connect button. All right, and then whenever you've actually added it, it'll pull your wallet out from MetaMask. You can change networks. I've currently got the cryptocurrency exchange running on localhost, but you could run it on another network. You can deploy it live to the Ethereum mainnet, any EVM compatible chain, any test network. All right, you can totally extend it to do that. And you can trade tokens. All right, so you can see the different trading pairs that are listed here. Currently have 2 tokens supported on the exchange. We got a fictional Dapp token and a mock version of Ether or wrapped Ether or ETH. We'll talk about that in a minute. Also, the Dapp token and the DAI token. Okay. So, the workflow basically works like this. User deposits funds in the cryptocurrency exchange. We'll just deposit one token and click confirm to approve the tokens. All right. And then confirm to deposit. Okay. And then, we can create an order. Say we want to buy tokens. We'll just say 1-to-1 here. Click buy. All right. And then you can see that order appears in our orders here and also in the order book. All right. We can also trade tokens. All right. You can see the history of the prices. We got this candlestick chart here, the latest price. Okay. This is a fully featured cryptocurrency exchange. A really slick user interface that, you can trade real world tokens on. And so let's just see a quick diagram of how it works. Okay. So in kind of abstract terms, you have three different entities in this case outside the blockchain and the three entities on the blockchain. Okay. So let's say you have a user number 1 and user number 2. You can see their Ethereum addresses here, just kind of mocked up. And then you have this fee account or the person who created the cryptocurrency exchange. So, what does a cryptocurrency exchange do? It lets people, list cryptocurrencies for sale, essentially, and then lets other people buy those cryptocurrencies that are for sale. Okay. And, cryptocurrency exchange have to make money. So, while this is powered by a smart contract and it's, decentralized, you can still charge fees that go to the developer who created the application. And that's what we're going to do in this Capstone project is basically create an account that receives the trading fees. And that's going to be this fee account person here. Okay. But a normal user, essentially, they have cryptocurrency tokens. Let's say token 1 here. And ERC20 tokens, and they will deposit those cryptocurrencies into the exchange. And then the user with a different token can do the same thing on the other side. All right. And they can create an order. Okay. And then a trade can be executed. And they can also withdraw their funds at any time and also cancel their orders if they want to, so that no one can do unauthorized activity with their funds. All right, so let's look at a diagram of the architecture of the application. So, let's look at it from a user's perspective. So again, a user is going to connect with their MetaMask wallet to their web browser. Okay, the MetaMask is what turns their web browser into a blockchain browser, lets them hold the cryptocurrency. All right, and then they connect to the website that we're going to create. We're going to create this website in React.js. We're also going to use Redux. Okay. And that website is going to talk directly to the blockchain. So we're going to run a blockchain on our computer with Hardhat. Okay, we're also going to deploy our project to the test network and some other environments later. All right, and then on that blockchain, right, the website talk directly to the blockchain. On that blockchain, we're going to have several smart contracts that we're going to create. We're going to create smart contracts for the exchange, okay, where we can actually deposit and do the trades, create orders, all that type of stuff. This is going to be written in Solidity, okay? And then we're going to have a smart contract for each cryptocurrency that's traded, because we're going to trade ERC20 tokens. We'll create an ERC20 token from scratch, and we will customize that for each different cryptocurrency that we want to trade on the exchange. All right, let's talk about the order that we're going to create the Capstone project in, so that what you can expect in the coming videos. So we're definitely going to configure our entire system for blockchain development from scratch. Okay, we're going to walk you through installing all the dependencies, setting everything up, whether you're on Windows, Mac, or Linux, it doesn't matter. We'll get everything set up from scratch, okay? And then we're going to start off by creating these smart contracts for the cryptocurrency exchange. So again, we're going to have to create an ERC20 token smart contract. That's what we'll start off with. We're going to code out a real-world cryptocurrency from scratch, step by step. This is a great way to learn the fundamentals of blockchain development, and also how tokens work is to actually build one step by step, okay? We're going to, we can use that for all the cryptocurrencies on the exchange, and we can deploy multiple really fast. Then we're going to cut up the smart contract for the actual cryptocurrency exchange itself. Now, while we're doing this, we're going to use the Hardhat development framework. This is a really popular framework for creating Ethereum-based applications, okay, and smart contracts, and writing tests for them, writing scripts. So, what is a framework? A framework is essentially just a set of tools on your computer that lets you, code smart contracts really quickly without having to write all the, boilerplate code and the tools yourself. Okay, that's what a framework is. And then we're going to use hard hat to write tests for the smart contracts as well. So each smart contract will have full test coverage. This is a really great practice when you're developing blockchain applications. And then once we finish the smart contracts, we'll of course deploy them to a network. Okay. And then we'll start coding out the client side application. So that's going to be this part right here. We're going to write this in React.js. Okay, and also Redux. So React is, what we're going to use here. We're also going to use Redux for managing the state. And then also we're going to use Ethers.js, okay, as our library for interacting with the Ethereum blockchain. We're going to use Ethers significantly inside of hard hat as well when we're coding the smart contracts, but that's going to be our go-to library for connecting our client-side application to the blockchain. And then so finally, we're going to take our project, both the smart contracts and the website, and deploy them to live networks so that, other people can use it. We're going to get it completely off our computer so that, if you want your friends to use it, you want to create a real world project, or you want to create a portfolio, it'll be out there in the wild and people can, actually interact with it. Okay, so now let's talk about some fundamentals of how cryptocurrency exchanges work so that you can understand what you're doing when you're building the Capstone project. So let's talk about markets. So what are they? Well, cryptocurrency exchanges, often let you trade multiple different cryptocurrencies on, the exchange. If you're on like Coinbase or Binance or some other major cryptocurrency exchange, okay? And so when you have multiple cryptocurrencies like this, these are called markets that are made up of trading pairs. So, if you're trading Bitcoin for US dollar, that's an example of a trading pair that's expressed like this. You have Bitcoin traded against US dollar. Okay, you often see the prices expressed that way. We'll talk about that in a minute. Or for example, if you're trading Ethereum or Ether, so ETH to USD, that's the trading pair. So you can see on our cryptocurrency exchange, we have, you can select the market. So we have different cryptocurrency trading pairs here. You can see Dapp versus METH and then Dapp versus MDAI. Okay, so in each of these scenarios, each of these trading pairs, you have what's called a base currency and a quote currency. So if you express the currency pair as a fraction, the numerator is the base currency, so Bitcoin in this case, and the quote currency is the denominator, or US dollar in this case. So that becomes important when you're talking about cryptocurrency prices. All right, so what is a price? Well, a price is just a ratio of two different things that you're trading. And so anytime you pay for anything in real life, the price is always expressed as a ratio. You might just not think about it that way. So for example, let's say you want to buy a cup of coffee, and let's say it costs you $5. Well, that's really expressed as $5 per cup of coffee, which written out in fraction terms, with a base and a quote, it really is 5 USD per cup of coffee, or a rate. Okay, prices are rates like this. So by the same token, you can do the same thing with cryptocurrency prices, token, no pun intended. So let's just say that a Bitcoin costs $1,000. Now, I'm sure everybody watching this video wishes they could buy a Bitcoin for $1,000, but let's just say that $1,000 is the price. So you write that like this. You might see this, on a website, but the actual ratio is 1 BTC per 1,000 US dollars, written out like this. Or another way is 0.001 BTC per USD. So similarly, you can create any arbitrary trading pair like this for any token that's not necessarily pegged to the US dollar, okay? Because if you're trading different cryptocurrencies, there may not be a US dollar trading pair available, okay? So if you want to trade, Ether for some other random token like Uni, for example, neither one of those are pegged to the US dollar, so the prices can start to get a little confusing. So you still express these price shows as a ratio with a base pair, with a base currency and a quote currency. So, we can see that in our exchange here, METH and MDAI. In the case of METH, we'll talk about that here in a minute, but neither one of these tokens, the Dapp token or the METH, have any relationship to the US dollar. So we still express those like this. Let's say that you wanted to take 20 Dapp tokens and trade them for 200 METH tokens, all right? Well, the value of that in the market is 1 Dapp per 10 METH. You just reduce the fraction here, or you can express it like this, 0.1 Dapp per METH. And, there's an implied 1 right here, and that's what the actual price is. It's just 0.1. So in this case, you can see that in this market, Dapp to METH, okay, the current price right here is just 0.1 Dapp per METH. That's because the most recent trade was something like this. 20 Dapp tokens were traded for 200 METH tokens. And so this is what the current price is. And it's kind of abstract because it's not pegged to the US dollar. But that's how it works on a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange when you're trading these arbitrary token pairs. All right, so now let's talk about the cryptocurrencies that our exchange supports in the Capstone project and how they work with the markets and trading pairs that I just talked about. So our exchange is going to be called the Dapp Token Exchange. So this is just a fictional cryptocurrency exchange where you trade a fictional Dapp token inspired by Dapp University, okay? Now, again, this is fully ERC20 compliant. You can trade any real-world ERC20 tokens on this exchange. So you can definitely add tokens to this. We'll show you how to do that into the Capstone project. But, you know, we have essentially just started with some fake tokens for now. So the Dapp token is going to be a common token across every single trading pair. So you can see Dapp METH and then Dapp MDAI. So these other tokens that we have supported inside this market are fictional tokens that are inspired by real-world cryptocurrencies. So you can see this METH token here. That's inspired by WETH. Okay, so what is WETH? Well, WETH is a wrapped version of Ethereum or Ether. So Ether, right, is the native cryptocurrency of the Ethereum blockchain. It's not an ERC20 token, so it doesn't have like approve functions and transfer functions like we talked about in the ERC20 section, okay? So you can wrap Ether, basically send it to the WETH smart contract, and it will turn it into an ERC20 token for you. So that's basically what we have here. We have something called METH, which just stands for mock Ether. We just substitute the W for M here, okay? And then the second cryptocurrency, MDAI, is inspired by the DAI stablecoin. So DAI is a stablecoin. It's a cryptocurrency whose price is pegged to the US dollar, right? So the price doesn't theoretically change relative to the US dollar, okay? So DAI is a decentralized stablecoin. It's a very popular cryptocurrency among decentralized applications. And so we have our own version of DAI called MDAI. Now, you very easily could just swap out these cryptocurrencies for the actual actual WETH token and actual DAI token. But for now, we've just simplified things to make them, you know, just fake tokens for building purposes. All right, now let's talk about the process of making orders on the cryptocurrency exchange. So basically what you're going to do once you have, you know, cryptocurrency deposited to the exchange is you're going to go down here, and I'll put this on my screen just in case we have any discrepancies on the screen getting cut off. So you can create buy orders and sell orders. So what's the difference? Well, basically a buy order in this market is basically if you're trying to accumulate Dapp, and you may basically get Dapp and give METH, okay? So basically, you'll say, I want to, you know, I want to do this at, you know, this price, say 0.5, okay? And you're going to create a buy order, okay? And then you'll see that the buy order was added to this buy side of the order book. Okay, so the opposite is true. If you do a sell order, you're going to be getting rid of the token in the market and getting the other one, okay? So you can see this thing here is called the order book. This basically is all the open orders across the entire exchange. And so if I were to create a sell order, it would also appear in this side of the sell order book, okay? And so you can see basically here is the token that, you know, the person is getting rid of in this case, and here's the token that they want to accumulate, okay, or give and receive. All right, so, and then you can see the price expressed here in a ratio like we just talked about as a ratio of Dapp to METH. And then similarly, in the buy side of the order book, you know, they want to get Dapp and give METH, and you can see the price that they are willing to do that here. All right, so now let's talk about filling orders, okay? So whenever an order is matched and people actually fill the orders on the exchange, there are a few different parties involved. There's the maker. This is the person who created the order. And then there is the taker. This is the person who's essentially filling the order or claiming it, okay? And then the trade happens between these two people. So in this case, you know, our exchange is going to charge fees, and that can go to the developer who built the application with the smart contracts. And in this case, the fee is charged from the asset that is sold. And you'll see how that's programmed into the smart contracts when we start building. All right, now let's talk about the price chart on the cryptocurrency exchange. So you're gonna see lots of different charts and graphs on cryptocurrency exchanges out there. And if you're brand new, sometimes those can be confusing on how to read them. So the one that we have on our particular cryptocurrency exchange is what's called a candlestick chart. So this is an advanced chart that exists on most, modern trading applications that gives traders, important data that they want to see. So you have this on an X and Y axis here. Okay. So the X axis here is the time. So this, in case, our hourly period. So 1,800 hours, 2,200 hours. Okay. So on and so forth. And then the Y axis is the price of the cryptocurrency. And then you can see for each period, let's just say these are hours. Each of these is called a candle, and each candle represents an hour across this time interval. Okay. And you have green candles and you have red candles. So basically, the green candle just means that the price went up during that period, and the red candle means the price went down during that period. And here you can see the range at which the price moved during the period. So this was the low price during the period, and this was the high price during the period. And then, this was the open price and the close price. And vice versa, this went down during the period. So this was the high price during the period, low price. Let's see here. Open price and then close price. So, and then you have these candles that are strung together, and you can watch the pattern over time. So let's break that down and see exactly how it works. So this thing right here is called the candle body. All right. So they call the real body here. And this upper shadow and lower shadow, this is also commonly called the wick of the candle. So again, if the price went up during the period, it's going to be a green candle. And so for a green candle, it's actually the opposite. The open price is here, and the close price is here. Okay. And then the high price during the period is this price, and the low price during the period is this price. Okay. And then for the opposite, if it's a red candle, if the price went down, this would be the open price, the close price, the high price, and the low price. So putting this into, real terms, let's say, Bitcoin, again, we're just going to use the $1,000 level as an example. Let's say during, an hour, Bitcoin opened at, $1,000, went up to $1,001 up here, and then, went down to $995 here, and then closed at $998 here. That would print a red candle that looks like that. And so we can see those here on our cryptocurrency exchange. We can see all these different candles where the price is going up and down, and you can hover over them, see the time period, also the open, high, low, and close price based on the tokens that are traded here. All right, so that's an overview of everything that you need to know in order to build this Capstone project. Again, definitely revisit some of these concepts if you're not familiar with them, because they're really relevant for building a cryptocurrency exchange, because that's what we're going to do here in this section. This is the ultimate real world project, and I'm super excited to get started right now.